Will Charlie show up in a tank costume? What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central. Charlie show up in a tank costume. That's funny. How's everybody doing today? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Klaus, I'm doing well. How about yourself? Don't forget your sponsorship to Coke. Oh, yeah. This live stream is absolutely not sponsored by Coke. Right. Happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian neighbors. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. M1A1 Abrams is hard to beat. True. What's up, Jerry? Osha? Igor? I'm doing well. Adam Lyons. Am I shirt inside out? Adam Lyons joining the YouTube guild, coming into the green skill level. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. D. Warman, what's up? Skyline Poker, welcome back to the live stream. After so long time, finally make it to you in a live chat. Thank you so much for joining us, Niren. Good hero on that tank, yeah. What level does the totem switch from silver to gold? 75? Is it 75? $75, I think. I don't know. We can check. Let's check. What level does the totem start requiring gold Guild War trophies instead of silver Guild War trophies? Nope, it's not 75. Maybe 100? You're guessing 80. I actually have no idea. I have no idea. Mine is at, it's at level 79. Sherry says 80. Excuse me, Work says 80. Michael asks, what's the green skill? So, Michael, I have a membership, a YouTube membership. If you take a look at the chat on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, you can see that some of the heroes in the chat have a green name, like Lim and now Adam, D. Warman, Klaus there. Let's see, is anybody else here? I think those are the only members that are logged in right now. Jeremy Meredith is here. What's up, Jeremy? And the different colors of the skill level, for example, green, represent the amount of support in dollars that you pledged. Minus 77 and still silver. I was guessing 80. What's up, Gervais from France? Charlie, do you know how many life points Cornat got? I'm at 6 million damage. No idea. That's a great question, Gervais. I have no idea. Somewhere between 79 and 108? Yeah. Arachne goes down almost immediately after the altar comes out, both on mobile and Facebook. Did you guys watch my Arachne video today? Some of you agree with it, some of you do not. And I'm okay with both. I'm out of batteries, guys. My mouse is going to die, and I'm out of batteries. Some folks from the Blue Name Group are here for your entertainment needs. Arcana and Sedlum, I don't think that people actually see, and the other admins that are here, I don't think people actually see that you have a blue name. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I actually have no idea. Lim, I'm better. I have a little bit of a drainage situation, but I'm not really bad stopped up anymore. Old Johnny Halverson, Arachne is a good hero. Arachne is an exceptional hero. She's much better on mobile. She's much better on mobile. And I believe that someday they will fix Arachne on Facebook. Now, on Facebook, she still does counter pretty well, but she's more of a counter hero. On mobile, you can use her as you could build a team around her on mobile way more effectively than you could on Facebook. You don't see the blue names? I didn't think so. RPG Holic says he sees him. Okay. B Doran, welcome back to the live stream. Yeah, so don't get me wrong, guys. I mean, I make videos like that. A lot of the times, at least once a week, I'll make a video that's designed to be sensational. Speaking of sensational, let's do this. We got Shaba, Cleaver, Luther, Lilith, Rufus, Ziri. Is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 tanks. Corvus. I think that's everybody. So here's an argument. These are the only tanks that belong in S tier. Martha is the 11th tank. Is Martha classified as a tank? I don't think she is on both platforms, is she? No. Although, by the way, guys, while I have you, can somebody please take a screenshot of their Cleaver artifact screen on mobile? I have every hero unlocked on mobile aside from Cleaver, so I can't get a screenshot. I don't care what the stats are. I don't care how invested you have in Cleaver. I just need a screenshot of this screen, not this screen, this screen right here, so that I can see the 3 stats. I have every other artifact screenshot in the game aside from Cleaver on mobile, aside from this one on mobile. Where's my Martha? There you are. Yeah, she does show up as a tank. Interesting. That's so wild that they classify him so differently. All right. Are there any other heroes? Are there any other heroes that have tank in the stat? None of them is a tank. Corvus tanks. I would pick Astaroth any day over Ziri. For me, Ziri is a B in her best day. Are you talking about tanks? Do you think she's good against Kira? Yes, Ziri is actually pretty strong against Kira. I did see that video today, but what happens is Ziri will provoke, and she diverts all damage to her. So yeah, in a way, she kind of counters Kira. Aurora, but she needs maxed everything with a Violent Cane to truly be the best. Todd Tyler, I hear that she's actually pretty beastly, and now I haven't leveled her up at all on mobile, but I hear she's pretty incredible at high ends on mobile. Ziri, the part-time tank. How can I send it to you, Charlie? You can send it to me on Facebook Messenger, on Discord. Link to the Discord is in the description of this video, by the way. Envari? Is Envari listed as a tank? He's used as a tank. Astaroth is the best tank. I don't think Astaroth is the best tank at the high end. I think he's strong for most of the game, and I think he's the best like general purpose tank. Like if you don't know what tank to use, an Astaroth is a I just got a ton of messages on Discord, so it looks like Facebook too. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I'm just collecting stuff, just collecting screenshots. I've been trying to collect as much as I can. It makes making videos a lot easier when you have screenshots of everything. Astaroth is for revive. Yeah, and Morgan is for that revive too. Thanks, Chester. Okay, I sent it. Okay, all right. Stop sending Cleaver pictures. Thanks, guys. Based on utility, Astaroth is the best tank in my opinion. It's hard to find a team he doesn't fit in. Aurora has an argument too. What's up, SD4601? Welcome back to the live stream. There's the best tank and his name is Astaroth. Definitely the more multi-purpose tank. Sorry, Charlie, but there's no more talk about this. Ned Smith, we just started. We just started. So, Cleaver has the highest base stats. I think that Chaba is slept on because I don't think anybody uses Chaba because he's boring. I don't know. I think Chaba is slept on the most. But I think the problem with doing a tank-specific tier list like this is the difference between Facebook and mobile is so great that I basically have to make 2 tier lists. So since the majority of you here are mobile, I'd argue that Chaba has just as much utility as Astaroth. There, you know, aside from those heroes that can paralyze, no other hero takes a hero out of the fight. And technically, even then, paralyze doesn't take a hero out of the fight. Chaba has terrible armor. Chaba has terrible armor. 25k compared to 29. That's not that bad. Is it 4k really that much difference? I mean, is that 4k really that much difference? And is that why Ziri is ranked so high on your list? Is because of her high armor? So Melissa brings up Max's YouTube videos. Max is one of those great players, and actually he actually is the one that convinced me to start a Kark team. But his current video series is about defeating the campaign with strange teams. And I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But the video series that he's working on right now isn't representing like the best tank on Facebook. I wish I could get Max on some of my live streams. "4K armor means a lot when going against blenders." Chabby's a softie with a big appetite, but he's got the best skins. Arcana says, look at his skills and start doing some math. He can surpass Ziri's armor quite easily when he's low health. You know, that could be a good argument. When Chaba gets low health, he gets tougher. When Ziri gets low health, she runs away. What is his... Does anybody know how this skill works? So yeah, okay, so that was my question, is how high does the armor get? Is it only 1k? Is it only 1k that he gains? That's the max? Ziri, the smoke break tank. Really? At level 1 it only adds 220. Are you saying it only gets 500% better? That can't be right. That can't be right. I don't have a well, actually we could go look at it though. Is it that low? Is it really that low? This calculator here, this is for the browser version of the game, but it'll still give us an idea. Well, according to this calculator... Well, hold on. We gotta flush this out now, because according to this calculator, it's much more than 1,000. Down to 120. Let's just stick to dealing with mobile. Man, I wish they had a calculator like this. I wish I had access to Load Runner's calculator. I know one of you do. I know some of you do. And while I'm doing this, don't be debating without me. I can't read the chat. I do this at the same time. Orange +4. Who'd have thought we were going to spend so much time arguing about Chaba? All right, so according to this, it's 5,000 armor. Is this wrong, guys? Because of 1,200, Eric Tucker says 1,200 armor on mobile. Does it cap? I know that this calculator is for the browser version, but this calculator says 10% of physical attack plus level times 10. What's the does it show? What's up, SS Wally? What is the date of the Halloween event? Luis, we don't know for sure, but we're guessing that it's the 25th. And that's just best guess. Sent you a screenshot. Where'd you send it to me? On Facebook? Stars the 6. Maybe his skill is different. Huh. So Eric sent me a screenshot of it maxed out at 1,200 armor. That's wild. That's wild that it's such a huge difference. So Chaba is way better. I know that Chaba got that rework a little while ago. Chaba got a rework on Facebook a little while ago. Wasn't Chaba reworked? Yeah, he was reworked, but he was reworked for, like his attacks did more damage. It wasn't, he wasn't, I don't think that skill was reworked. I hope Chaba could get better as it would like. He's another one of those teams that, I'm sorry, another one of those heroes that, Chaba, that got reworked on one platform, but not on the other. Yeah, it was one of his reworks. Has more armor. So March 31st of this year, Chaba was improved. So Chaba is basically, he has slightly more armor on Facebook. Arcana Marcus got reworked on Facebook also. So is Chaba the worst tank on mobile? Raging Turnip, mobile players can get that Christmas tree skin anytime though. Chaba is the first COVID era hero rework? Really? Conrad, what's up? Looks like Garfield. Ah, right. Okay. He's only viable on attack. I used him a lot in my Yasmin team. Obviously, completely two different platforms. But what was that team? It was Chaba, Marcus, Yasmin, Leon, and Sebastian, I think. John Sauer says Astrid has to be included because of Lucas. Well, if we include that, then we probably need to include Elmir and Krista, Jorgen, and Vari. I don't want to do that. How good is Lilith? I think Lilith is incredible on mobile because of the difference in her skin. She got that devil skin last year that added to health, and she got armor on Facebook. And I think because of that, she's playable on mobile. She's playable on mobile, but not really as much on Facebook. She's usable. Tracy, thanks for joining. Glad to have you. Chava needs more investment than any other hero in the game to survive. That's his downfall. I love Lilith. I like Lilith too. Corvus is D, at least on Facebook. So okay, so we're gonna have to do 2 of these then, I guess. I guess we need to do 2. So let's do mobile. Let's do mobile. A lot of you are saying that Astaroth is S tier. Lowest health of all tanks, provides probably the best utility to the team. Arguably, Rufus provides as much utility. Cleaver provides utility, but a different kind of utility. But this is for mobile, guys. Let's do this for mobile, and then we'll do one for Facebook. Lilith is decent after a significant investment. I don't like Astaroth for S anymore because of Morgan. I mean, can neither tanks be countered as hard as Astaroth now? Astaroth Revive is just the cherry on top. Chaba team would need a Marcus. Corvus 2. His damage soaking is what makes him a great tank. Okay. Bert says, actually, I heard Cleaver needs more investment to become valuable. I do not have a Cleaver, so I cannot confirm. Yep. Rufus is countered by Morgan also. Are there... Does that make them bad, though? He's only good for offense? Oh, this will be fun. I'd argue 8's here for Rufus. He's only good. Let's see. Oh, Arcana, I just saw that you wrote me a book. Arcana, I just sent you a message back. Go check it out real quick. In Grand Arena, Astaroth can still be on one of the teams. His defense alone is good enough. And Vari is one of the best tanks in mobile. Agree? To an extent. Vinay, I think you're biased by the Kira Blender popularity, though. Since Rufus is situational, he can't be used as a defensive tank. Totally agree with Arcana. Not bad, but that revive is part of the reason Astaroth was S tier. I think he still is. I'm curious why some tier lists don't include him in S tier, but I don't want to argue with it too much because I'm not at the end game that some of the players are. But I hear that the big issue is his low overall health. His health, and I think he's got 270,000 less health. 270k is a lot. Eric Tucker says define in-game. Good point. Rufus is easily taken out. Excellent overall defensive stats, damage, share, armor, artifacts, and devastation ability are all... Yeah, I think a lot of people forget about that devastation ability. His ability to burn energy. Mateus says, a great point. Does Ziri and Aurora go with every single team? Never thought about Ziri as S tier. Why is she considered S tier on some tier lists? In my opinion, she's one of the only true tanks in the game because of her provoke. Rufus gets nom-nommed by Ish. I bet Ishmael, I bet Elmir on mobile specifically. I bet Astrid and Lucas roughs him up pretty good too. Zikri Kung says, think about all the places where you can use Astaroth when he's not countered. I think that's still way too much. Oh, yeah, okay. Aurora is the better looking tank. Man, that devil skin is horrible though. That armor skin, I'm sorry. Is it the armor skin? It's the... Her devil skin, in my opinion, is horrible. I think it is like one of the ugliest skins in the game. I don't know, there's just something about it that I just do not like. I don't know if maybe it's the horns. The sword's kind of cool, I guess. Max Ziri. Man, we need Minnie in here arguing about Ziri. Charlie isn't into goth girls. Now, let's not talk about my personal and professional relationships. I use Chris as a tank in early works. I bet you do, Monte HD. Aurora looks better with her Nordic skin. I think that's my favorite skin too. I really like her primary skin though. And that's not really what we're debating, but I really like the paladin-y look. Orion deletes Ziri, okay. They need a swimsuit skin. I would use Galahad over Aurora. Okay, Veronica, why would you use Galahad over Aurora? Ooh, Armin says Aurora's devil skin looks like a cheerleader trying to go goth. I can dig that. I can get behind that look. Lilith is good, but needs to be used as a warrior. Need a tank in front. I like the dodge and armor skin a ton on Aurora. See, I think this is probably the toughest of all of the tier lists. So, how do we define a good tank? Do we define a good tank by high stats? Do we define a good tank by skills that provide protection for your team, as in the traditional role of a tank? Do we define a tank as the highest health, a combination of the three? Do we define a tank as having the most utility? I think this is a tough one. Maybe you can't do a tier list. Maybe you have to break out the tier list between offense and defense. You know, maybe you wouldn't use Ziri on offense. I'm sorry, Lilith on offense, but maybe you would on defense. Traditional role of a tank. If we go by traditional role of a tank, then we're basically looking at something like this, I guess. Maybe like this. Because none of these, maybe Luther's up here as well. None of these have skills that protect your team. I mean, aside from all of Martha's kit as a healer, Lilith really doesn't protect her team. She pushes the enemy team back. Galahad does the same. It's all offense. Cleaver's all offense. Chaba does take out an enemy. Aurora, you know, adding the dodge. If we don't include the artifact weapon, I mean, this is what we're looking at. He's more DPS trigger, but he does have the ability to reposition. You know, maybe that reposition isn't that good. What's good about Luther, if we go strictly by skills, is Luther makes the enemy turn around, right? Yeah. This is strictly without artifact weapons, because once you include artifact weapons, then, you know, everybody but Galahad gets moved up a slot. Then you could basically just keep it just like this. A tank is meant, I would say, a match between utility first, tanking second, and stats last. Martha is not a tank. Wei Chulao on mobile, she actually is a tank. On mobile, she actually is a tank. She has the tank tag, which is just a tag, and we've seen some strain tags on heroes in the past. But nonetheless, it's there. Luther and Ziri are almost identical in function. I mean, Ziri doesn't turn the enemy team, though. I remember when Minnie brought that, he shared that little glitch he saw, or I don't know if it's a glitch, when Minnie Dragbike started talking about using Luther to counter Anvari. I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm not sure where he got it, but that was a pretty cool idea. Martha is an anti-Jew tank. It's why she was at it. Aha. Good point. Yeah, Melissa on mobile, she's got the support tank, and on Facebook, she's what? She's support control, I think? Support healer. It's in your Luther video? I haven't seen your Luther video. I think I mean to refer to it as a glitch, as in it doesn't happen all the time. It only happens in certain circumstances. Which wouldn't make it a glitch. What's up, High Noon? Welcome back to the live stream. In terms of utility, you can take us with the ability to protect its team and the stats to keep it live long enough to do so. Most of everything else, including skills, are a bonus. So if utility to protect its team and the stats to keep it alive long enough to do so, Astaroth would still be a tough one to place, because Astaroth is kind of a weak defensive tank at, you know, super endgame, at top 5%. Yeah, as though all of your stuff doesn't get back to me. Patron only. I mean, I appreciate that, and I'm glad you're doing well, but yeah. Ziri and Luther both turn enemy damage towards themselves. That's how they're almost identical. Yeah. The way the enemies are facing doesn't matter much. Both heroes function. Does direction matter? I mean, what about heroes that target the front end? Like, what about Arachne? If you look at Arachne, Luther and Ziri don't function the same way. How is Rufus S tier? Todd Tyler, we're talking about utility protecting the team. Rufus provides protection for your team. Galahad does not. I have a stout Astaroth and Cleaver, but now that my Aurora is just over 80k, she's clearly my best and most versatile take. Floyd Smith, are you on mobile or on Facebook? Does Luther Kark counter twins? I hear that Luther's okay against the twins, but I'm not sure why. Probably because he makes him turn and look at him for a split second. Yeah, D Warman, I think that's the problem, is we can't decide on the definition of best tank. Why would you say that Aurora is the best, Floyd Smith? She survives the longest? B Doran, am I dropping frames again? B Doran, I'm showing 0% dropped frames. Everything is good. My CPU usage is down and should be fine. Lilith bottom tier? Sorry, Domino. Marcus is good in mobile, underrated hero. Yeah, Vinay, I think that's another one of those situations that people have not used Marcus for so long that they just, you know, or it could be, you know, once you have 3 to 4 healers leveled up, do you need to level up Marcus? The greatest tank keeps your team alive the longest. He has the best armor, best magic twins with a little bit of health regeneration. Who are you talking about, Monta? the best armor, and the best magic defense. Talking about Marcus? Is the Nebula Celeste combo better than Martha? Ashutosh, in some situations, I'm sure it could be, but probably only in manual mode. Renee Jensen says a good tank doesn't fall on the battlefield, so I guess armor, health, dodge is needed somehow. I don't think we can do this, guys. I don't think we can do this. See, we first have to make the definition of what makes a good tank. And I think we can't agree on that. I think that's the thing. I think that's the biggest problem that we're gonna have. What's up, Nicholas? Without very specific criteria, calling something the best is always wrong. See, between offense and defense, oh, we're gonna truck this team. Why are we even fighting this team? We're missing the point. Both heroes are turning focus away from the rest of their teammates. Don't get bogged down in the details. We can't let raw rankings convince us that heroes are weak. Astaroth is 1k away from best armor and 500 away from best magic defense. 200k less health than Ziri, sure, but 500,000 is still a lot. It is a lot. Floyd Smith says Aurora consistently survives longer. One sec, guys. See, I stopped investing in my Astaroth a long time ago, and all these other teams are starting to catch up. And so my Astaroth is starting to get weaker and weaker. What happened was I started focusing a lot of my energy onto my Aurora. This guy's got an Artemis. I added an Oliver on here because it's a more physical attack. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you next time. Will there be a new character planned for Halloween? They've teased new characters, but we don't know anything for sure. We don't know anything for sure. Yeah, see, my Astaroth he's getting to the point that he's just dying to all these teams now. I need to get back to focusing on him. Gotta keep cranking these out before Fenris stuns me again. Can you really have a best tank without the healer? Maybe it should be a 10 healer combo. Survivability is the real core of it. Maybe. Corvus Morgan would have been great. New Halloween heroes. Sir Matthew, I believe that was the plan. I 100% believe that was the plan, actually. But then with COVID-19 hitting, I think they had to rush it out. And then Facebook saw how much money mobile made and was like, we got to do the same thing. I look at my Discord messages and I giggle. The Jeffrey Parr experiment continues. Combo discussion. Let's see. What did Arcana say? Maybe you need to rank tanks by a combination of their team support as well as their individual ability to endure and time out a fight. Whew. How do we do all that with keeping it simple? A hero that can both survive and protect the team gets a higher tier than a hero who can only do one. So maybe we create a hybrid tier list. And we make the tiers something like... protects the team. High survive... but low survivability. High survivability, but does not protect. Both high survivability and protects the team. And then we have... and then down here we have Galahad. So what if we did something like this? High survivability, but does not protect the team. I guess. Would you do this? No. I don't know. Low survivability and does not protect the team. Who else? That's all of them. Team survival. Kind of not a tier list anymore. Substantial? Kind of agree. God. Guys, I make jokes. I make jokes. He would be, let's see, right here. Missing Lilith. Missing Lilith. Yeah. Marcus isn't a tank, is he? Does he have the tank tag? Where is my Marcus? Marcus. He's not a tank on mobile. He's not a tank. What's up, Richard? There's Galahad. Do I make the tank? Do I make the tier list like this? Because here's the ultimate question, guys. I think anyone with an armor artifact could be considered decent at team protection. Don't they all have that though? Galahad is the only tank that doesn't provide the armor artifact. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could definitely argue that. Lilith gives magic defense. Oh, yeah. Sure enough. Sure enough, she does. Now add an SAB. Yeah. How much investment? Sedlum says, you basically have to do a weighted average. This is a good comment. You basically have to do a weighted average, giving points based on survivability, team protection, and learning curve, i.e. how much investment it takes to be serviceable, maybe other stuff. Aurora gives dodge. True. Still gives mitigation, though. Devin B. So do we do something like this? Or maybe Corvus is up here. Maybe Corvus is up here. Do we care about Corvus's ability to yank a friendly? Like, do we care about this stat or this skill? It's kind of tanky. Nikki, no. Nikki, Corvus is definitely worth it. Corvus is a strong tank with Morgan and a team built around his weaknesses. Nikki's a great tank. It reduces. I've never seen Corvus Violet skill save a team. Yeah, see, I can't think of a good situation for it either. Tank is defined as a hero that both protects your team and attacks the other team while making sure that he stays alive. If that second hero is Kira, then yes, we need to care because she needs all the protection. Yeah. Corvus is great on mobile, but lackluster on Facebook. You can surely die easy Corvus if you do it right. Yeah. Corvus is a great Yasmin killer. Yes, Corvus kills Yasmin well, Lars, Arachne, any damage over time poison hero, Daredevil, Qingmao, Kira, of course. I've seen Corvus transport Ornn a few times. He gave everyone the aura. Super interesting combo. Okay. Moved my Kira back from Cleaver once or twice. Benzine, Ishmael is not a tanker. He is a warrior. Gervais, Ziri actually has a taunt, though. She provokes the enemy team with her ability and forces all attacks onto her. Do I have Ziri? Yeah. Ziri temporarily increases her armor and magic defense and taunts the enemy team, forcing them to attack her for 8 seconds. So how do you guys feel about this tier list? Because ultimately what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking about is I want my videos and I want my information to be shown to a new player. Now, obviously, this doesn't tell the whole story. There's some context issues here. Luther being so high, I'm questionable about Luther being up there. Clayton. Sounds like we need a combination of quadratic equation and Pythagorean theorem. Optional tanks. Let's do this. So Ishmael was the original. We have Anvari. We have Marcus. We have Jew. Maya? No. Dante? Elmer. Am I missing anybody? Krista? Oh, Yasmin. You know, some people do use Yasmin as a tank. Just like they use Elmer. Do we put Krista up there as well? I think we could. Astrid. Yes. Do we put Jorgen up there? Does anybody actually use... Does anybody actually use Qingmao as a tank? Krista has more armor than Ziri? Really? I don't think so. Do we just put all dodge heroes on here then? Do we just put all frontline dodge heroes? D. Warman says, I'm going to try to use Qingmao on my team as a tank with Kira, but I haven't done it yet. Her health is low, but dodge is one of the highest. Who do you put with Jorgen to keep him in tank position? That's a great question. I actually don't know. Whoops, hero positions. So Jorgen is a midline hero, right? He's at the back of the midline. How do you build a lineup with? Like, I can't think of a single team that I would use that Jorgen would be in the front. Maybe like an Elmir, Jorgen, Daredevil, something. Elmir, Jorgen, Daredevil, Astrid Lucas. I don't know. Astrid Lucas Dorian, maybe? Yeah, I like Heidi too, but she's so far back. She's so far back. But she's closer. I guess she's closer to the front than Jorgen is. ODH. Oh, good call. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Sure enough. Open Your Eyes says Qingmao and Ish won't work as optional tanks because they are very squishy. I mean, the same can be said about Rufus, right? Jorgen I use as a tank often, with Peppy dealing both frontline and backline damage very fast. Cleaver and Galahad have similar abilities, so Cleaver is legendary and Galahad considered a waste tank. Ashutosh, he's not a waste. He's used incorrectly, in my opinion. Corvus is also super squishy. Yeah. Protects the team but low survivability. Attacking only? This is fun, guys. I enjoy this. Arcana, I agree with you, though. Most of the time, these are on attacking teams. I don't know that I would use Yasmin as a tank on offense or on defense. Astrid and Lucas. So Renee Jensen, I like to use Astrid and Lucas in my Elmir team. So whenever Elmir jumps to the back, or my Corvus starts to get a little weaker, my Astrid sends Lucas forward. It's about the same timing. John Paul Jones says situational tanks will fail you on defense. I think that's a great point, but something you need to keep in mind is every team can be beaten. Every team can be beaten. David, there's not a new mobile event today. Loadrunner did not share any updates this morning. There's nothing new. Nothing new was published this morning. Stun. Let's go. Boom. Come on, I gotta kill that Sigurd. No, I didn't kill the Sigurd in time. There we go. Right in time for the enemy Iraji. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. So if I get this stun again. Boom. Big fat bummer though. I was really hoping that we were going to have an event tonight on mobile. Team Miles uses a warrior. How about ODH, Jorg, and Krista? Script Tease, I've never heard of using Krista in that team. That's interesting. Klaus, I've been focusing on him a little bit more. I'm really bad at leveling up my tanks. Honestly, I have no idea how to level up my tanks. I've just been using all of my resources as I get them. Juke and tank. Yep, Ju's on there. Oh, well, there Raji went away. So I don't need to worry about using my... I better before he dies. Shoot, that timing was all off. That Araji's going to wreck my Sigurd now. The Titans event on mobile. The Gift of the Elements, Mateus? I've already got a video about that out, actually. Boom. All right, let's just clean this up. Good, good. Good, good, good. Which is the best Titan tank? Armand, on mobile, the best Titan tank on defense is Angus, and on offense, it's Sigurd. And on Facebook, the best Titan tank is whichever tank you want for your element. Arachne Faceless is a great combo. That sounds awesome. I keep forgetting that Arachne is magic attack and not physical attack. And actually, I think it wasn't until whenever Yasmin was added, I think that was the first time that I looked at Arachne and was like, isn't this basically just a better Arachne? But it's not. Arachne is a magical damage dealer. I was confused. Mike, can you also use a tank with Dante and Lars? So I think I mean, I could put Maya in there, but I think that's too specific of a team. I think this is what we're going to go with. We're going to go ahead and leave the Galisad in there at the bottom just for the jokes. Just for the jokes. And I think this is going to be my tank tier list. I think this is it. We can debate a couple here and there. But I got to be honest with you. I went back and watched some of my tier list discussion live streams from like the beginning of the summer even, and just how much I've learned about this game since then has blown my mind. And so hopefully you guys have been taking advantage as much as I have. Chaba needs to be on top. Chaba needs to be on top. How come? Cleaver should be on top. How does Cleaver protect his team? Yeah, Rubonic, that's the caveat with this tier list. Okay, so this is the tier list that I'm going to go with the caveat that we ignore artifacts. Because if we include artifacts, everybody protects the team. Technically. But lower. I better put lower. Lower. No. John Sauer says the eating tank thing helps get rid of damage dealers like Kira and Satori and Kark. Yeah. Surmafu, it's crazy how much your attention of Astaroth has diminished. The issue that I'm running into, and I see this on my Facebook account, and maybe it's just because I kind of stopped investing in him so much, but he seems to die. I'm using the revive on himself more and more. Ignoring artifacts makes all tanks totally useless. Chester, I disagree. I think that Luther and Ziri provide damage redirects. I think that Astaroth provides his revive and his team shield. Rufus provides magic shield. Corvus kind of moves heroes around. We have a dodge artifact, an armor, a physical attack artifact, and a magic defense artifact. But that's the thing. If I ever do a video about this, if I ever do a proper video about this, like an 8-minute video where I discuss why and this and that and the other, then I think that's going to be the big thing that people are going to get stuck on. Fritz, I don't have an S tier in my tier list, so I think we're confused there. Dante can be used. This is for mobile. Well, this is for both, honestly. Marth and Corvus supports one another. Great synergy, tanking in a way. I can agree with that. Corvus's totem helps. How does Corvus totem help protect the team? By killing the enemy faster? Is that what you mean, Tina? Doesn't actually... Does it? No, it just retaliates. It doesn't prevent damage. Right, Fritz. Read the caption. That's true, Tina. It does absorb hits. It doesn't really block damage, though. I'm not a fan of Corvus either. Cleaver has Vampirism with a fast healer at his best tank. I mean, Galahad could be the same argument. Just imagine an S. It's not a ranking, it's a categorization. That's a great, yeah, that's a great definition. Yeah, and I think that's going to be the issue. If I ever do a video about this, I'm going to have to put disclaimers. And I think I kind of love this game, guys. I kind of love this game because it's so hard to do this. If this were easy, then this game would be in a really, really bad place. If this were easy, this game would be in a really bad place because everybody would choose, you know, everybody would choose the S tier heroes, and that would be all you would see. Charlie likes it hard. Listen, my daughter's in the room, all right? We don't need all that talk. Shouldn't it be defensive, offensive tanks? You know, that's a good way to go. We could go that direction. It still blows my mind that cleaver difference is so great. That's crazy. Something like that. If we did offensive versus defensive. Work, I'm actually okay with that. If people watch it and react because they don't take the time to understand where I'm coming from, I mean, that's fine. They're gonna show their friends. Look at this idiot. Look at this idiot. He has no idea how to rank teams. Why is Ziri an offensive tank? Oh, I guess she's not, is she? Why not use a spider chart? How would I use a web chart? Like one of these? I kind of like that. This is kind of a cool idea. I do kind of like this idea. We would have to make it, what, 9 points? 10 points? Looks nice, but hard to understand. You know, I can dig it. I understand, though. Like, you look at this, and then you would say, okay, so the blue line would be survivability, and the red line would be... team protection. So heroes that had high survivability would have this blue all the way up, but only had the armor artifact, it would be like midway. But if they didn't even have the armor or magic defense artifact like Gala had, their protection would be like all the way at 0. I actually like this. This is actually a really good idea. See John Sowers. Ziri Kung, this is actually a pretty good idea. 11 points on mobile. See, I don't want to include, like, even though she is a tank, I don't want to include her because how do you argue her? I mean, she's got high survivability and she does have an armor artifact, I guess. But she doesn't, I guess you would rank her team protection the second lowest ahead of Galahad. But then, like, do you include her healing as part of her kit? As part of her tanking kit? Klaus says, okay, but make sure you include an explanation. I'm not even sure how to explain this. Jeffrey Parr, did I miss you coming in? We got an Aurora chest earlier. If you get your eyes used to this, it's a fast way to get an overview. You know, this could be fun. Can I make an 11 point? Let's see. Custom web chart. Spider chart. Online radar chart maker. Create your own chart. I might end up playing with this all day. Just create a category for old women. Oh, that's great. That's great. Old women. This might be the way, guys. You don't need a tower. Arcana, no. The outer points. We have 12 tanks. I'm sorry, we have 10 tanks plus Martha. So that's why I need 11 points. Still have subjective values and your chart will be skewed. Robert, I think that all of my charts are skewed though. Like all of it is based on all of my charts are based on my opinion. You know, and the collective opinion that we argue together, but you guys are going backwards. You guys are going backwards. You guys are looking at this. You guys are looking at this backwards than how I'm looking at this. I see where you guys are going with this. Arcana and B. Doran, I like what you're doing there. Armor, health, attack, utility. I really like what you're doing there. But what I'm looking at it the inverse. I'm looking at the inverse. What if we did like this? I'm gonna move this over here. So if we did Luther, Ziri, Astaroth, Rufus, Corvus, Aurora. I'm gonna have to do this in alphabetical order though, otherwise I'm gonna lose my mind. Chaba, Cleaver, Lilith, Galahad, Martha. No. Okay, so we have these on the outside, right? And then we're gonna delete a column. So this is gonna be called Protection, Survivability, and then we're gonna delete the third column. So then can we change the color? How do I change the color? So then we do something like this. We would say that Luther has got 100 survivability, and this is just we're just gonna do flat numbers for this. Forget the varying numbers in between. We're just gonna do flat numbers for this. Ziri's got high survivability. Aurora's got high survivability. Chaba, Cleaver. Okay, and then Astaroth, we'll put him at 50. You know, let's actually make this 90 so it's easier to look at. I want to make this 75. Oh, that's still bad though. How do I change this value? Maybe we do 80. And then oh, I'm looking at this backwards. 80, 80, 80, 80. Okay. And then for protection, Ziri gives high protection, Ziri gives high protection, Astaroth gives high protection, Rufus gives high protection. Well, these are all maxed out though. How do I make this lower? What's this? Okay. Maybe this will be harder to look at than I thought. If all are 80, then 80 is max. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Good idea. Good idea. So if we did like 30 and then 75 and then 100 and then 25, 40, 60, 70, 30, 100, 55, and then 65. So okay. So here's the thing that we would do. So we would look at a tank like. Just for the sake of the argument, we would look at a tank and be like, all right, so Luther has low survivability. I'm sorry, low protection. Green is protection, so he has low protection for the team. And again, we're just talking hypotheticals here. Luther here has low protection, but middle of the road survival. But we could say that, like, you know, Luther actually has high protection and, you know, he's got good protection and good survival, right? But then Ziri, or then we could say, you know, by contrast, Galahad has no protection, but, you know, extremely high survival as well. So you can say, okay, so Galahad here, survivability is maxed out, but he has no team protection. And then Lilith, again, we're just using arbitrary big numbers. Lilith has maxed out survivability, but we would give her mid-range team protection since she has the artifacts. So she has more protection than Galahad does. She has more team protection than Galahad does because Galahad doesn't even have an artifact. Same deal with Cleaver. Cleaver, we could say that Cleaver provides, you know, he has an artifact. He's got high survivability, right? Martha has got high protection because she's a, you know, she's a healer, or maybe we just leave her at 50 since she provides that armor artifact, and her survivability is high. Add a column armor artifact with all 100 except Galahad. Scripties, they don't all provide armor though. Aurora provides dodge, and maybe I should like include a tanking artifact one as well. Is Luther the king of tankiness? No, no. These numbers are just arbitrary. I'm just throwing these in there. I'm just throwing these numbers in there. But we could make the survivability stat, the survivability column, based on max stats, right? So we can have a sliding scale. We can have a sliding scale for max stats. So the hero that has the highest, maybe we add together the 3 stats: armor, magic, defense, and dodge. Maybe we add the 3 of them together. Thanks, Fritz. But I like, let's see, let me scroll back up there. B. Doran, what was those 4 points that you mentioned? Because I like going the other direction. See, I think it was Arcana and Arcana and then B. Doran. So Arcana's idea of going the other direction, making this radar chart, making one for each hero, I think is also a fantastic idea. Just choose one that's got like 4 points, like this one right here. I love this idea. What's happening here? Oh, I need to, here we go. Well, here we go. Here we go. I love this one idea. I love this. So we make, so we name it like Kark. And then, no, not Kark. Mobile phone, here we go. So we name Kark, and then we have damage, utility, defenses, or do we break this up? Armor, magic defense. What was the other one? Maybe like a team utility stat. But would you need more than one line? Would you just need one line? Like, could you get away with just one line? I would include that. I would include dodge in with physical mitigation. Let's do that. Let's do mitigation instead. Magic mitigation. Just use the real stats to do general rolls and battle aspects when grouping heroes. That's not a bad idea either. Arcana, I can see it both ways though. Jeremy, no, we didn't do Facebook. Restoration healing. You know, Floatus Smith has got a great point too. Maybe what we do is we make the primary stat here the pillar stat of the thing. Maybe we make this, you know, healing whenever we're looking at like Maya. Or maybe we need to. team healing. The other issue that we're going to run into is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess this is represented like this 100 damage output. Huh. Kira loves you. Yes. I use let's see, Astaroth, Kark, Nebula, Jet, Sebastian, and it wins. Sima, what 4 bars would you use? And we gotta wrap this up. I have not had a thing to eat today, aside from this Coke. Floyd Smith, you're right. You're right. I think having but see, like Kark's utility would be low. Like he doesn't provide any team utility, right? Physical mitigation, maybe like 5, and then 2 team healing, 0 damage, 5. It's a little wonky though. I mean, looking at it like this, just looking at this, you could kind of make out how Kark handled his life, handled his business. He's got pretty decent physical mitigation. He provides no utility. But then, like, if we looked at a hero like, Kira, for example, damage would be high. Utility would be like 3, since she silences. Physical mitigation would be low, like because she's got low. And then team healing 0, right? So like a graph for Kira could look something like this. Kark team that can beat Blender for mobile? No, much harder to beat on mobile. I would say do something like Kark, Arachne. I'm not sure what I would do there. Armor, magic damage, dodge, magic defense. Congrats, Ken. Christian says, I have a question. If my hero level is 105, what level can I maximize my Titan? I think it's 20 levels below. I think it's 20 levels below your... Or maybe it's 10. I think it's 10 levels below once you reach 100. So I think 95? Christian, I think the answer is 95. So Klaus, the Bob team with Helios in the back, I don't think does it. I don't think it's enough. $4X Emeralds on web should be this weekend. Should be this coming weekend. FOFOB. No. Maybe next weekend. 1, 2, 3. It's the 3rd weekend. So that's technically this weekend, but it might be next weekend also. It's either this coming weekend or next weekend. Page with your... Oh, Surmafu, I just saw your message on Discord. You know, okay, so... Surmafu, I'm going to share this. So he has a website idea, a page on my website that has hero reworks with details on the dates, the changes, and on what platform. I think that's a great idea. And I also, what I want to do is I want to add in birthdays. B. Doran added or suggested that I do a birthday calendar as well, just like a running list of when the hero were added to the game, so that we can look and see. Yeah, I think both of those are great ideas. I'm not sure where to put them. I'm not really sure where to put them. Maybe I make another page here on the Heroes tab for like hero history. Maybe I do like a hero history, and it's just a spreadsheet, you know, listed by, you know, hero, and then, you know, date added, rework, and platform, you know, stuff like that. I don't know. I look for that info sometimes, and it's hard to find. You know, I like to go back. I spend a lot of time on the Friday live stream going back and looking at old stuff, and it's so interesting to see how the game was. Nowadays, they delete a lot of their posts, so. We got to think about this some more, guys. I'm gonna get some lunch and walk Remy, and then probably go to the gym. And I think I'm going to think about this a little bit. I really like the idea. It looks like Chapter 2, Mission 5 for 300 energy. Old Stuff Fridays. I really like the idea of building one of these for each hero. Because you guys could look at this, right? You guys could look at this and be like, oh, I understand this. Kira's a high damage dealer. She's got some utility. What's the utility? Read the skills. She's got low mitigation stats. She doesn't provide any team healing at all. But then, like, again, you know, you could do this the inverse. You could talk about Marcus. You could talk about Marcus. Marcus provides, you know, maybe he provides that area of effect damage. He's got some utility with his shield. He's got, you know, high mitigation. So let's just say 4 and 4, and team healing. He's got the highest healing in the game. So you look at this, be like, oh, Marcus is a healer. Yeah, Arcana, that's probably not a bad idea. I need to reach out to. They're all on vacation. They've been on vacation actually. Did Axel change the meta? On certain servers, it did. On some servers it did. All right, guys. I think we definitely need to wrap this up. We've got about 35 minutes longer than we usually do. One last announcement coming up here in the let's see, Daylight Savings 2020. Yeah, November 1st. So November 1st, we actually lose an hour here in the Midwest. We lose an hour in the Midwest. It's the weirdest thing. If you guys are not from the United States and you're not familiar with daylight savings time was a thing that was added for farmers so that they would have more time in their day, which is kind of weird. It doesn't really apply too much anymore since people don't quit work when it gets dark. They just, you know, keep on working. But starting November 1st, I'm going to be changing the time of my live stream to be 1 hour earlier. And I'm not sure how that's going to affect all time zones yet, but it'll effectively be 11 a.m. here in the Midwest. And I'll still live stream on Thursdays during the event, whatever that looks like. If it's, you know, if it's an hour later or an hour earlier, whatever that looks like, I'm not actually sure how that lands because I can't remember how it landed last year before it all. So that's a quick announcement. But until then, I will be live streaming at my regular time. Cross your fingers that Tuesday is not cursed tomorrow. I do plan on live streaming at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time or UTC -5. But I will always do an announcement. I say always, I didn't today. I will usually do an announcement whenever I go live in the Discord. So join me in Discord. Link in the description to my Discord. Of course, reach out to me on Facebook. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.